May profits be upon you. I hope you're having a great weekend. I am having a challenging weekend, and it caused me not to put out my videos, my forecasts for the week, but I do want to put something out in regards to the euro and USD. I do want to put something out for my viewers, these will be the quick and dirty. All right, the quick and dirty analysis. So let's jump right into it, shall we? I'm looking at Euro USD right now, and you can see the euro has been very, very weak. All right, I have the RT money meter here. All right, the rankings with USD at the top at 3.93. Aussie slipped, all right, from the number one position to the number two position. All right, and we can see the numbers, the values change from 527 to 327. All right, down at the bottom, we can see the euro has gotten even weaker from 1.69 to minus 3.90, right? And the yen continues to be weak, all right, consistently weak over quite a few weeks. So the rankings are based on the rate of change within 15 weeks of time, all right? And this is where we are. Now, the fact is that the US dollar and the euro are at extremes, all right? And the thing about extremes is that you can't count on it to just continue weak or strong, because it may find a reversal. It may just pull back on you at any point now, because these are overextended markets. All right, now keep that in mind. Euro USD, you see that price made all of these nice moves, breaking structure to the downside, right? Breaking structure to the downside, lower highs being made, lower lows, like so, right? Very important structure breaks. But here we find a zone of demand. Is that zone of demand important? Is it a strong zone of demand? Is it valid? Take a close look. Let me tell you why I'm focused on it, because this is on daily chart. Remember the daily, all right? Why do I like this one? Because look what happened after price hit it. After price hit the zone, it created a very strong impulse to the upside. And what do I look for? I look for a displacement to take place. I'm looking for a fair value gap to be left behind when I see impulses out of a consolidation, right? That's one thing. Also, it took liquidity on the way up. It broke structures on the way up, taking out those liquidity points. All right, you can see how price took out the liquidity, left the fair value gap, right, and continued higher, came back into it, traded into the fair value gap, and then sprung up, taking out all of these highs, taking out those structures, and continuing higher. So this zone of demand, this demand zone, is very valid, very important, and we can see how price reacted once it got here. All right, we see that it leaves this wick demand zone here. All right, and price had a very strong impulse to the upside, a pullback, an even higher. Let me get this, an even higher zone. High made. All right, pullback, each time respecting the low on the pullback of the previous low, and then going higher. Boom. Right. This was a complex pullback after this long bearish impulse down, right? And then we come down. Looks like a bear flag, doesn't it? So that's why I'm putting a lot of emphasis on this zone of demand from that time, from to the left, right? And then we are chaining a bullish, we're chaining demand. We're chaining demand here. We created another one here, Are we going to create another one here? That's the question. Let's go down to the 4 hours. We'll take a closer look at this price action. And what we can see is that as price traded into this zone of demand, consolidated, we took out the liquidity here, right? Look at this. Look at that push, all right, from supply. What is that arrow showing? That arrow is showing imbalance. It's showing an inefficient price move. It's showing the fair value gap left behind, all right? Did we take out supply? Look to the left, of course, right? That's not what I was talking about. Here, all right? Took out this zone here as we push down. Took supply, took more here, okay? This is a valid zone. Got it? Price comes back up into it and then flushes, comes into the new demand zone, all right? And we have some bullishness here. Okay, what am I expecting? We need to take a closer look at this price action. All right. What is set up here? In the short term, we have to understand what the big macro picture is. The macro picture is the US dollar is strong. The euro is weak. We have a euro interest rate decision coming Thursday, I believe, this Thursday. We have to be careful of that, all right? Because interest rates are high impact events that could reverse price, all right? But what I want you to notice here on the technicals is that price traded down. All right, we had this consolidation here, right? All right, price manipulated the lows, took them out, all right, came up, took out that high, okay? And then we're coming back for more. We made this low, we had a nice pullback, all right, which created these equal highs here. Very important. Why? Because right above that is an unmitigated zone of demand. I mean, of supply, excuse me, an unmitigated supply zone, okay? That's why I got that green dot there, all right? Very important, very importante, okay? So that sets up a reason for price to want to go higher. This could be the target to take out the relative equal highs and fill in this gap, this fair value gap here, all right? And maybe find that short-term bullishness before price breaks lows and then comes back down and resumes the weakness in the euro and the strength in the USD. We have some core numbers coming down for US dollar on Friday as well. So that's something to be wary of. But the interest rates are already baked in. We know that there's a tightening up on the policy. We're raising rates in the number of rates in the US with the US dollar. When the Fed makes those decisions, we already understand that those numbers are baked in, right? We just want to see how it plays out. And I'm looking for the points at which price could pivot. Okay, so what am I looking at? We're looking at the equal highs as a target. We've had a very nice bullish engulfer here. So I could see very easily price coming back up here come Sunday open, come today, later on today, all right? Maybe trading up into this zone of supply, coming back down. Why would it come back down? Because here is the newly created demand zone, all right? But it has to be relevant. And the only way it's going to be relevant is if it takes out that high. This is very important. This is nuanced analysis here, folks. We have to look for the little things. The little things are going to make a big, if I can just get you to, if I can get this thing to act right, I'll be okay. All right. So I need, in order for this to be a valid zone of demand to trade from, I need to see this high being broke, that swing high. All right. Because we've made a new low. If it breaks that high, this would represent a change of character, indicating that price may want to change direction here and continue higher. All right. But again, I'm looking at the short term. All right. Here to take out these double highs here, and for the equal highs for the liquidity, a visit back down to this now validated zone of demand and a possible scoot to the upside. All right, why would we be going to the upside? Because we have a unmitigated imbalance zone of supply up here. I can very easily see a scenario where price rounds over and continues bearishly here as the US dollar gains strength, as the monetary policy raises up the rate, and the euro. We'll see how the euro, what their policy is coming up on what is it, Thursday? I believe it's Thursday. The euro monetary policy decision. Yeah, on Thursday. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Yeah, euro policy interest rate decision. All right, so we're going to be looking out for that. All right, we'll see what the consensus is, if it comes in higher or lower and everything. We can go by what is expected, but I'm looking at the technicals, and I can see this scenario playing out. 1, 2, after this is validated with a break of that high, and then going up higher and then coming back down. So we'll see. We'll see. I just wanted to share that with you. I hope you find the analysis beneficial, and we'll see how it works out. I mean, this is nuanced. You know what I mean? If price just drops from here, I don't think this will hold. To be honest with you, I do not think that'll hold, because it's not a valid order block. It's not a valid bullish order block. It's not a valid zone of demand to me until it does something like break a high, take out liquidity. It hasn't done any of that if it doesn't break that high. So, if it price comes down from here, I can see this not holding and it going lower. So those are the subtleties I'm looking at, the new norms. All right, we'll see how it goes. Thank you for spending some time with me. I'll be back on schedule next weekend, and good luck in your trading. Please trade safely with all these interest rate decisions. We have one for the euro on Thursday, but we also have 2 on Wednesday for the Canadian dollar and the New Zealand dollar. Thanks.